welcome to Controlled Burn, our Werewolf, the Apocalypse Chronicle. My name's Bolthra, and tonight is our season finale. The characters have come a long way from first finding out that they're werewolves to now actually forming a pack and successfully, and I'm glad to say, finding Splinterfang, the lost Geru, and they've convinced him to return to the caern with them. So it's kind of like graduation night. They've finished Geru boot camp, and they're ready to become real wolves tonight. So let's go ahead and introduce our players and let them tell us who they're playing. So let's start with Whispers.
Hi, Whispers. In car 16 hours, tired and Tampa playing Diana. Yep, that's English.
Alrighty. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Alice Monroe, who was a librarian and then went camping a lot. And well,
all of a sudden they were tall and hairy. So.
Yeah.
Okay. And Aloysius.
Hello, I'm Aloysius. I play Otto Miller, the violent one, I guess.
Yes.
He has the
Violent one.
He has the highest kill count of everybody else. So.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, just as kind of a recap, like I'd said before, they have managed to track down Splinterfang. He was responsible for killing a hiker. He is a Ronin Geru. He is packless and has been on his own for several years. And this poor hiker wandered into the wolf's territory and was killed. This drew out a group of hunters who were also looking for this beast. They didn't know what they were looking for, and oh boy, they ran into a whole bunch of trouble. And they were dispatched by the new pack. So now the pack has the not really the chore, but the job to bring the Splinterfang back to the caern. He hasn't really said a whole lot beyond what the initial conversations with the pack about, kind of his experience and his anger towards the pack. They not this pack, the one of the older packs at the Sept of the Spotted Owl. Basically did him wrong. So he is he is moving alongside the pack. You want to get back to the caern. 5 of you will not fit in your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't seem to want to change out of lupus form. He had been Krenos. He's now gone back to lupus. You're not sure if that's his breed form. That's all you've really seen him in.
Mm-hmm.
But as you approach the car, he's kind of like,
No.
Not a car guy.
He's like, he looks over. He's like, no, won't fit.
Okay,
Fair enough.
so one of us can go with you, I guess.
He's like, I know the way.
You know the way. Okay.
So, but yeah, if one of you wants to travel with him, that you can, if you like.
Yeah, I'll go with them. I
I
kind
was
of know the
going to say
area.
Diana would.
Yeah. Oh. Well.
2 of you can. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. So, the characters you in the car, you're going to drive back to the parking lot essentially,
Mm-hmm.
where you can then just switch to lupus and then head across ground to get back to the Sept.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take the others a couple hours to get there on foot. So if you have anything specific you want to talk about, those in the car, if there's anything you want to talk about in the car, we can go through that, and then we can go with the group on foot. It just kind of depends on what the pack would like to do or the players would like to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to go with Splinterfang because I think he'd be more comfortable if he had some of us in that forum. Bringing him back in that forum, I think would be meaningful to him.
And you can guarantee he goes too.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was hoping someone was going to go with him, because if
Yeah.
you didn't, that didn't mean he was going to show up.
Right. Right.
And Diana's already in that form, so it would
Mhm.
make sense for Diana to come with you.
Right.
Also, Diana's in this idea of trying to figure out how to be a leader, so it might be good to ask him questions.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we're not going to go through every step of the journey as you're going. He makes a little conversation at Wolf. He seems to be relaxing a little bit around you, and he says, "I do not know your sense. Are you new?"
Yes.
About 3 weeks.
Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Are you accepted by your tribes?"
As far as I know, I don't know. I mean, nobody's
Sadly.
bothered us about it.
He says, "You do not like your tribe?" He says to Diana.
It's not that I don't like them, but they seem to be very uppity and care about riches and status.
He grunts. He goes, "Silverfang."
Mm.
My mentor would be more tolerable if he didn't try to throw glitter at me every time I looked at him with a grumpy face.
Mm.
Who throws glitter? He seems genuinely confused by this.
I'm not sure either, honestly.
Listen, don't question it. I'm tired, so I don't remember the canon.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at Alice.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "You've made your first kill?
Not yet.
It can be hard.
Mm-hmm.
And your tribe?"
Children of Gaia.
He's like, "They are good. They are misunderstood."
Feels like a right fit, though.
I don't think I have a tribe any longer. I'm sure I was kicked out.
Well, we're bringing you back. Maybe things could start over.
That'll depend on their attitude towards me.
Yeah. They seem sorry, though.
I'll judge their sorrow.
Okay.
I'm getting good at that fighting thing. So, I will punch Runner again.
You've met Mountain Runner, the mighty Red Talon.
Yeah, he's my mentor.
Oh, you're in for a hard road, cub.
Trust me. Yesterday, I woke up 5 minutes late for a run, and I got pounced on and said that if I don't wake up in time, I will be killed.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I got one good punch in.
And he is calm compared to some of his tribe. You are human born?
Mm-hmm.
As was I.
Oh, good to know.
Okay. In the car, anything you guys want to talk about? Just listening to the radio? Just
Probably. Honestly, Brian's thoughts are probably a million miles away.
probably worn out. Yeah. Okay.
Plus, he's also been beat up a lot more than anybody
That's
else.
true.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
2 guys in a car 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Yeah.
I just like to make sure the other characters have something to do. So
Not
Yeah.
even 5 feet apart. Probably more like 2 feet apart. Or
yeah, I was going to say
whatever.
2 feet
Car, I
apart.
mean.
Yeah.
I was going to say not in a bulldozer.
Yeah. Probably just listening to tunes.
So about all that killing.
Yeah. So I don't know if that
I was-
went better than expected or worse than expected. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I just tried to you know, I didn't even try to hurt these guys. I just try to lose them in the woods or help them like get lost in the woods. I don't know if that was good or bad or what. I mean, I never was a fighter, and you know, like I don't know how that's going to shake down in the final whatever. Like, I can't do what you did.
I mean, yeah, but I can't do what you do with like spirity stuff or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, and I guess that's what the whole deal of being a pack is. You know, we each have our strengths and weaknesses, and we cover each other in those areas. And I guess that's part of what, you know, brought us all together. I mean, I don't know about two judges. I mean, a lot of other people seem to be like, well, that's strange, but
yeah,
you know,
it seems like they might like counteract each other every now and again, which doesn't seem like it would necessarily be the best thing. But I don't know. I don't know how any of this works.
Me neither. I guess we'll find out in the long run.
Guess so.
Okay. The car will obviously get there before the others. So you'll park in the parking lot, and he'll head back to the Vaughn, by now in lupus form. And you wait. We're gonna say you probably have at least like an hour and a half to kill. So if you want to go into the caern for any kind of business, you can. Otherwise, we'll just assume you guys just smoke cigarettes and wait. So I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Hoods.
Yeah.
We are the smokers, greasers, and hoods.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Brian doesn't really have anything to do. Nothing he wants to accomplish here. He's interested in getting in touch with the family that he has, but they're in New York. He's not sure how he can do that from here.
And we'll be doing something with that towards the end of the episode.
Okay.
So
that's on his mind, because he's it's finally starting to be like, maybe Aunt Carol had some stuff that, you know, like maybe it wasn't all complete bullshit.
Maybe Aunt Carol wasn't crazy.
Yes, exactly. Some of that stuff is starting to be like, wait a minute. Now I'm starting to get it. But obviously you can't do anything about that at the moment until everything's kind of all settled in. Because bringing oh God, what's his name already? Not Mountain Runner.
Splinterfang.
Splinterfang. I was going to say Silverfang, but I knew that was the tribe, not
the wolf. Yeah.
I mean, I'm right
Splinterfang
here.
settled back in. That's kind of like that's the goal here, and then once that's done, I think we're safe.
And tonight I will tell you where the name came from. So another thing I want to do tonight is if the players have any questions about season 1, do a little Q&A. So, and I will tell you where Splinterfang comes from. So,
gotcha.
Anyway, all right. So we are going to race ahead forward. You hear Mountain Runner. This is Brian and Otto. Hear Mountain Runner kind of give kind of a short bark, and he kind of goes charging towards the. There's kind of one main entrance everybody kind of uses to come in, and he kind of stands on guard, always in his lupus form, as 3 wolves approach. Diana, Alice, and Splinterfang. And you can see Mountain Runner's just kind of bristling like.
I shift into my lupus form.
Okay.
Yeah, Diana will just see her mentor doing this and just look him directly in the eye and just go, "You promised to behave and say sorry. Now calm down."
Splinterfang kind of just pads up to him, up to Mountain Runner, and they kind of snap at each other a little bit, and they kind of circle each other a little bit. But Mountain Runner seems to back off a little bit from Splinterfang. Again, Splinterfang in his lupus form has like red, gray, and white fur, kind of some streaks of white on it. So they kind of circle each other a little bit, and then they head in towards kind of that big campfire. We've said that's kind of in the middle of the cairn, and the other members of his former pack have come out as well, and that is Halima, the Sound Strider Theurge. Glory B is there, and he's in his shorts, tank top, and a mariner's ball cap. And Prashant, the Glasswalker, that you had met before. You've kind of been with him a couple times, and again he's a broad-shouldered young man with a shaved head and kind of a military bearing to him. He kind of stands up straight, kind of has his arms, kind of in a almost like a en garde motion or stance. But he does wear really thick glasses that don't look like any kind of glasses you'd see in a store. If you get a closer look at them, they almost look like they might be something like cybernetic or something. It's just kind of a weird look. He hasn't offered them to you or to look because no one's asked or anything. But he seems about the most formal of the group. And Splinterfang pads up and just stops and just sits and just kind of stares at them. And our whole pack are now have joined.
Okay.
And nobody says anything.
Just that awkward, tense silence.
Right.
They all make eye contact with Splinterfang, but no one seems to challenge him as he kind of looks around. And he will actually shift into Hamid. And when you see him, he appears to be probably maybe like late 40s, maybe early 50s. Has kind of red hair and a kind of fading red hair. It's kind of starting to kind of recede, and he has kind of this long unkempt beard with just like patches of gray in it, but still some red in there. His clothes are torn. He has kind of like an old long sleeve T-shirt on. Maybe has like a tear in the side, and some camo pants with some old boots. And his face is dirty. And he's still just looking at all of them. And he says, well, at least you still show some respect for your former alpha.
Uh-oh.
And they all kind of look at each other, kind of waiting to see who's going to be the first one to talk. And Splinterfang looks back over at Diana and says, you did say they were going to apologize, right?
Oh yes, I made it very clear, and they were doing the ceremony of atonement.
And Halima gives kind of a slight bow, and she's like, we neglected our duty as a pack to you, and apologize profusely. And he's kind of just looking at his fingernails like, it's a real shame. I'm sure you guys have really suffered a lot while I was gone. And then he kind of turns around and looks at the pack. He says, I hope you've learned something from this, Cubs. Don't ever treat one of your own like the way they treated me.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let Runner live this down with the whole "we must always behave as a pack and never let one lose."
Grr, you're really.
Loud.
And it kind of takes a step forward, and even Splinterfang's like, that's probably not the time, Cub.
Probably not the takeaway.
Yeah.
They will perform a rite of atonement, where the pack is going to lose a level of rank in game terms. And they will beseech a spirit to basically try to reconcile the past as much as they can. They know there's just too much bad blood, too much has gone on, but they're basically sacrificing their own rank in the Geru nation to atone for this. I don't know if it's actually a rite in the book, but I'm creating it because I think it just makes sense. And Brian, actually, are you in Fantasy Grounds? Or not Fantasy Grounds?
Foundry.
Foundry.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I got my thing's mixed up.
Yep.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, my character sheet's in there.
They would.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, they would actually like you to help with summoning some spirits. And
Okay.
I believe you have a.
I have Moot Right and Right of the Open Cairn.
Okay. I thought you had a not a gift, a what was
Spirit
it?
Speech and the Spirit Magnet trait.
Spirit Magnet. Yeah. But I don't think you necessarily have to roll anything for that.
No, because
Okay.
it's just that. What was the notes on that? I forget. I wrote them down. Hold on. So I naturally attract things. The Umbral inhabitants are curious. Occasionally, you attract more than you bargained for.
Okay.
Basically, it helps. They want to come see what I'm doing for whatever reason.
Okay. All right.
There's no real
okay.
mechanical benefit. It looks like, according to the statistics, other than it might be easier to get into the Umbra for him. Again, that's that's about it.
Okay.
Probably again, there's no mechanical benefit. It's more of a what does the storyteller think?
Okay. All right. I didn't think there was any mechanics to it, but I just wanted to check. But that is a way of them essentially accepting you guys into the Sept. Your pack, you have now passed your rite of passage and are considered full members of the Sept. Game terms, you're a rank 1. You're still rank 1 Geru. We will do all the updates to the Renown, the Glory, Honor, and Wisdom later. I got to look it up to see what exactly we do. But it's an interesting ceremony because it's they're welcoming new Geru in, but they're also kind of mourning the way that Geru, who should honestly know better, how they treated Splinterfang. So it kind of has a weird vibe to it. Through the next couple hours, you're celebrating in a way, but Splinterfang still kind of stays at the edge and kind of just watches everyone. Basically, again, you guys graduated. You're in. And the next thing you'll need to do is there going to be a name for the pack? And you don't have to decide that tonight. It'll be something for you guys to think about, that maybe come up with a name. Typically, it goes based on kind of what your experiences as a pack were, maybe something you accomplished, a deed that you guys did. So for an example, you don't have to pick this name, but Finders of the Lost, or
oh wow,
something like that, because something that you guys accomplished as a pack. is usually suggested as like a pack name. I mean, you guys could just be like, "Oh, we're badasses," or call us, call us badasses, and
Right.
No.
we're probably looked down upon in the group.
We're the misfits.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing is, you've been accepted into your tribes because someone from your tribe, you've met someone from your tribe, and basically they vouched for you. But you do not have to necessarily stay in your tribe. If you decide you want to renounce your tribe, I don't think it'd be something you guys would do tonight, obviously. Probably bad timing, but you are
Diana's
told
just
that-
like, this Silverfang bullshit, I'm not about it. I want to be something else.
Oh
Exactly.
no, if we get a moment between Diana and her Silverfang mentor, it's gonna be a fun little conversation.
I wanna. Well, your mentor is Mountain Runner.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna worry about the Silverfang.
I wanna be a Scarlet Fang. So
Wait, what now?
Not listen. No, she wants to be a Silverfang. She just doesn't give a shit about the glitz and glam and.
no. Yeah, they mentioned that your tribe can be renounced, but they don't really talk about it for very long.
Yeah, it's like
They're like,
taboo subject.
no.
Exactly.
It's just like we gotta mention it for legality.
Exactly.
But-
All you gotta do
You
is
can't
scroll
say
to
we
the-
didn't tell you not to do this.
Yeah,
just scroll to the bottom and sign here.
yeah, it's like
just click yes, I read terms and conditions and go.
here's some deer. By the way, you can renounce your tribe. Do you want some water with that?
Yeah, so the next thing we would be talking about as a pack, typically you choose a totem spirit that aids your pack, but spirits don't do it just out of the goodness of their, out of the goodness of their hearts. They expect something in return from the pack, certain level of respect, gifts, those kinds of things. So, excuse me. So what I did was I came up with a list of totems that I thought might work well, but you guys can talk about them and decide which ones might fit best. And what I can do is, do you guys have the books open? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
Okay. Only because me reading the whole thing to you might not.
Yeah.
No.
I do not have it
That's it.
Okay.
easily accessible to
So
And
me.
that's fine.
the
And that's fine.
four
We'll-
I think you mentioned were Falcon, Owl, which I remembered Owl, Coyote, and Fox.
Correct.
So
yeah.
Falcon is a totem of respect. Owl is a totem of wisdom. Coyote and Fox are totems of cunning.
And do you want to read
Coyote is
the
a
description?
trickster, more for Ragabash, which none of us are. Fox is used to being predator and prey, outthinking everything that he faces. Basically, they're more of a social thing, because they gain a bonus to manipulation, but you subtract any from temporary honor. Any honor you might gain, you gain honor a little slower than most. Pack traits: Fox packs can call on 2 dots of stealth or subterfuge, or 2 dots of streetwise or 3 dots of subterfuge. The band Children of Fox may never participate in a fox hunt and must sabotage any hunts that they encounter. Coyote is a trickster, as I said. Each pack member subtracts 1 from any temporary wisdom awards given. The traits: Coyote packs gain 3 dots of stealth, 3 dots of streetwise, or 1 dot of subterfuge, and 1 dot of survival. Coyote avatars can always find their packs. The pack does not need to spend totem points on that ability. Ban. The very idea that Coyote would limit his packs is nonsense. Falcon is as I said, a totem of respect. you gain honor faster by following Falcon. I believe that's also the tribal one for Silverfangs.
Correct.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, and I did. Falcon is known as the bringer of unity to the Silverfangs and to the Garou as a whole, which sort of that goes with how we brought him back in. Falcon wouldn't be a bad one.
That seems...
Falcon gains
Oh,
3
go ahead.
dots of leadership and 4 dots of willpower per story. The ban is that dishonor is worse than death to Falcon. None of Falcon's children can never lose permanent honor. If they do, they must either put right the wrong immediately or perform a rite of contrition and further atone for their dishonor by hurling themselves at a powerful minion of the worm. On the other hand, it's likely to be a suicide run. And on the other hand, their blood will certainly wash away the stain of their names, as would their victory. So Falcon is handy, but there's a large price to pay for Falcon.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Honestly, Owl might work best for us.
So Owl, here's what Owl gives you. You watch silently in the darkness, learning all that he can. It's a totem of the silent striders, of which none of us are. Owl's children gain wings when in the Umbra, allowing them to fly from place to place. So they can move about in the spirit world faster.
Wings?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in the spirit world.
Say no
Only
more.
in the spirit world.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
Owl
Flying?
gives you wings.
Yes. They subtract 2 difficulties, anything involving stealth or silence, and gain 2 points of wisdom renown. Owl's packs often receive premonitions from prophetic dreams that draw them to mystic places long forgotten. They gain 3 dice to apply to any gift that involves air, travel, movement, or darkness. Silent striders may appear to aid the pack when it is in danger, but packs that follow Rat are not well disposed towards Owl. Other Owl's children, and Rat is mostly bone gnawer, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Owl's children must leave small rodents tied helpless in the woods for him to find in his kind. So we basically have to get a bunch of rats and tie them up and leave them in the forest.
Yeah.
The other, I mean, Coyote
How
and
often
Fox
do we have to
are.
do that?
It doesn't say. It just says
It
you
doesn't
have to.
say.
Yeah.
I would assume, to me, when you're calling on them for help, I think
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
Yeah.
Here's a buffet. This is what we want.
basically, if you want access to their gifts, you gotta
Visit the local pet store,
sacrifice.
pick up all the guinea pigs you can find.
So, thinking about it, I think either Owl or Coyote would work for us.
I was leaning towards Owl or Falcon, if only due to the fact that Falcon for how we reunified this
Yeah,
the thing. But Falcon has a large price to pay,
it does. Yeah.
and I'm not keen on that price.
I do like Falcon, but the fact that we're such newbies, we're most likely to fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Owl strikes me as the slightly better one because of the spirit world. I mean that helps me immensely being the spirit guy, but it may not help you guys unless we're in the Umbra. Philodox is only one step over from me. It's the warrior who might think that would be less inclined towards Owl.
Yeah. See, my issue with Owl is all of my bullshit does not get boosted by Owl. So I would get no benefit unless I'm in the Umbra. And,
Right. Well, none of us gain much from Owl unless we're in the Umbra.
Right.
We are any of the gifts. Was it gifts? Oh yeah. Subtract 2 from difficulties any rolls involving stealth or silence. So while that would have been handy probably in the forest, we hadn't adopted Owl yet.
Right.
That is true.
Didn't...
And it could certainly prove useful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I think an Arun could benefit from greater or better stealth rolls and
Yes. I think
yeah.
so as well.
And depending on how often we end up in the Umbra, the flight in the Umbra would certainly be very helpful. So I'm all for Owl. As I said, there's a lot of benefit to me, but I can't speak. I'm not going to speak for the pack. But again, also making some wise choices. And Owl sort of helped us. There was an owl spirit or something that was helping us along the way. So
it is actually the totem spirit of the sept.
The totem spirit. Okay, so he did offer us hey, I think you guys would be a great addition, and we'd kind of be a little I don't know, to turn down that offer would kind of be insulting. You know.
Yeah. Let's.
So-
Oh well,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this, and I think the prophetic dreams would be the main thing that I would benefit from as a natural leader, packer, planner, strategist,
Okay.
and that I already talked to visions of the past. There's
Yeah.
also
And I already have
visions
dead people
of the
talking to me,
future.
so.
Yeah. So if we do go that way, it would really benefit her ability to not only see the past, but also the present in her judgments.
Yeah. All right. So I
Great.
think we're gonna go with that. Go with Owl.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's also the only one that directly asked for us.
Yes.
did.
Okay,
So again, why turn
okay.
that down?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna have you guys update your character sheets then.
Oh boy.
To
Okay.
I believe there is a spot on there for, or maybe in your notes.
Mm.
I think it's. I think Peck Totem is under bio.
Bio?
Let's see.
I believe.
And
Yeah,
there's-
packed
You are
out him.
correct. You are correct. Okay, good. Okay.
So owl.
All right.
I thought
Right.
my eyes had glanced over that at some
No,
point.
that's fine.
So.
That's fine. And and the
so
story
working.
and the storyteller is gonna offer up Mother's Dream.
Oh.
And she would be interested in joining your pack. She is a Ragabash.
I've met her. She's nice.
You've all met
Okay.
Mother's Dream. She's been generally pretty quiet. She is lupus. She's Octana. She's a lupus Ragabash. So I was going to add her to the pack as the steady. We took the steady quarterback. Would you accept her in your pack?
Diana will just kind of like give her like a bit of like a. She's gonna try and do the wolf thing, and just kind of like circle for a moment, like investigating. Give her a sniff, and then just. And then
go ahead.
eventually we'll like give a little snap and then just kind of like rub against her, so this way their
Okay.
scents kind of mingle. You know,
Okay.
how, like wolves will claim
Mhm.
one and like mix scents and shit.
What does the rest of the pack say?
I mean,
Um,
if Alice vouches for her,
Yeah,
then
she's very nice.
then I don't have strong feelings one way or the other. So if Alice is like, "Yep, she's cool," then I'm like, sure.
And she has some gifts that are handy. Heightened senses,
Mhm.
scent of running water,
Mhm.
and sense magic.
Oh, neat.
Mm.
So, okay. So she will join the pack. Okay, so her totem is owl. Okay. Unlock the sheet first here.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to unlock the sheet.
It's in the upper left-hand corner. Your sheet. You'll see a little lock.
Okay.
I will say after that
okay.
little.
Got it,
I'll
got
go
it.
ahead.
No, I'm done. I got it. I was just
Okay.
trying to maneuver the character sheet. That's all.
All right. So let's go to owl, and I'm gonna update her at the same time as you guys.
Is Runner still nearby?
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, after that kind of like little display of trying to do wolf things, Diana's just gonna look back to see if she's gonna get a nod of approval.
He does. He kind of nods, and he's
Is it that moment I'm proud of you, but I'm not gonna say it?
Splinterfang hasn't really decided. If anyone asks him, he hasn't decided if he even wants to rejoin the pack. Mountain Runner seems to have taken over the alpha role for their pack. He seems to be more just kind of wait and see kind of approach. But he after he kind of gave his speech, he went right back to lupus. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
and he's just kind of staying off on his own. Okay. So yeah, we'll update the character sheets. We're not going to sit and do all that right now.
Yeah.
And what I would like to do next then is spend a little bit of time, if the characters want to reach out to their family, their friends. Like I joked to me, you just passed boot camp, so now you can you can reach out to your friend. Matt knows this.
Yeah, I do.
You can.
I do.
You can reach out to your family. So if whatever you guys want to do, you can take turns. I'll probably start with Diana. You're probably going to have the most, I would think.
Well, being that I've been texting my girlfriend this whole time and nobody's stopping me, I just want to call my mother.
Well, and that's what I figured is you guys are gonna Okay. So why don't we start with Diana? You want to talk to your mother first, so put the spotlight on you. So. And that Glasswalker managed to get even better cell coverage here at the caern. It's funny. So.
Oh, wonderful! Diana fully bought a cell,
satellite phone.
Not a satellite phone, but at Walmart you can get a cell extender. Plug it to her phone while she's in the forest.
Oh yeah, so it just looks fucking stupid and way too high tech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's and Prashant's just got his regular iPhone. He's just whatever.
I have my iPhone. I got the adapter.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I called my mother.
Okay. And she's like, Diana.
Hi,
How are you?
I am well. Let's just say I don't like camping still.
So, what your uncle told us is true? You're one of the. She goes, I don't. And she says and obviously I don't speak Greek, so she says probably wolf in Greek.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Like our ancestors.
I like I told you before, I just hoped it wouldn't be our family. I was hoping it would have been your cousin. But how is it, I guess?
Freeing. Gotten yelled at a lot. I've gotten injured a couple times, and I may have gone to a bar, drank apple juice, solved a murder, helped create peace, and possibly, maybe, started to realize I can be my own person.
And you're kind of starting to choke up a little bit on the phone. Mm-hmm. I don't know where you are, and I guess I'm not supposed to know. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can still go to school and be are you a superhero or something?
Think of more of a vigilante of the forest.
Vigilante of the forest. I guess you could probably still go to school. But you seem more at peace.
Well, when you've talked to a couple of your ancestors and they keep, yelling at you. I have spoke with the school, and I can do online classes.
Well, that's awesome.
Yep. So instead of I'm gonna get my degree in environmental science, like Dad, and get a law degree in wildlife conservation to help my friends, to put it in a way that you would understand.
You're not she goes, I don't know what the right word. You're not like a prisoner or something. You're allowed to leave, aren't you? And come home.
Yes and no. It's better if I stay here because I need to be here. Though I can leave whenever I want. But this sounds weird, but I feel like I'm meant to be here.
Well, if if you need something, I mean, let us know. I mean, I hope this isn't like a cult or something.
Oh, no, trust me. There's a librarian here.
Oh. And she kind of doesn't know what to say to that.
So, I do have a question. Could you and Dad take the limit off my emergency credit card? I am kind of don't have a job. Well, Wolf, we don't really get paid.
I guess we'll just have to see what you spend. I mean, they don't make you buy them drugs or stuff, do you? Do they?
No, why would I buy them drugs? It's weird and also illegal.
I don't know. I worry you're off with strangers and.
Listen, don't worry. Despite my absolute hatred for one of these people, I'm 99% certain if someone tried to fuck with me, he would rip their head off.
Okay. All right. She's like, well, I love you.
I love you too. Also, tell Dad it's still his fault. I love him, and thank you.
And beep.
Still your fault.
It's all your fault.
Perfect. All right. We're going to. Who wants to take the spotlight next?
I think we have background.
And you don't have to. I'm
Yeah,
just RP wise, if you want to do something.
I think Alice is going to call her parents' house, and whoever picks up, that's who she's going to ask questions about werewolves.
It'll be her dad, and he's like,
Yeah.
hello.
Hi, can you hear me, Dad? Am I loud enough?
Yeah, Alice. Yeah.
Hi.
Where are you?
Camping. I found a lot of friends that camp. So that's what I've been doing.
So you just left your job and you just went.
I had vacation days that was been stored up. It's fine, you know. But
okay.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to ask you something about genetics.
Genetics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
And he puts the phone up. He's about like 70 something, and he's like, "It's Alice on the phone. Do you want to talk to her? Should I put her on speakerphone?"
Sure. Go ahead.
Puts you on speakerphone, and you hear your mother. Alice, hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm okay.
Good. What are you doing?
Camping mostly. A bunch of friends that also like camping. But do you know what a werewolf is?
Dead silence.
No.
And your dad speaks and goes, I don't think they exist, do they? They're just like child stories, right?
No. I'm not exactly sure how this happened. I was thinking genetics, but maybe not. Apparently I'm a werewolf, and so are my friends.
And there is still more silence.
I'm sure there would be. This is like the weirdest coming out ever, you know?
Like, Mom, Dad, I have a secret to tell you. I'm a werewolf.
Yes.
Well, that depends on how much they know.
They don't. Yeah.
You're a werewolf, right? You're not gay, right?
I would rather you be gay than be a werewolf.
Have you tried not being a werewolf?
No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry.
Is this a new trend that's going on?
Yeah.
And actually,
And keep in mind, Alice is 40. She's not like.
yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, but there is this, your dad, mentions that thing about them being, folklore or whatever.
Right. I thought that too, but.
And your mom goes, "Have you talked to Bianca?"
I haven't yet. I was going to call her next.
And your dad goes, "Yeah, Bianca, the cook or whatever."
Yeah. She helps with the homeless and things. Yeah.
And he goes,
Friend of mine.
"Is she one of them?"
I don't know.
And your mom's like, "We'll talk." And she says, I didn't know it ran in the family.
Oh, well, that explains a bit.
But Bianca, when we used to drink wine and stuff, she'd tell all these stories about these great women who were these warriors, and they were these guardians of the forest or something, and I just didn't know whatever the hell she was talking about.
Well, now you know, I guess.
Oh. And your dad speaks up and he says, "Are there like membership dues you have to pay?"
No, it's not like that. Not at all. It's more like joining a family where we all have something in common. Sort of.
And he doesn't seem to know what to say to that. And you kind of hear him shuffle away.
He's done.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just you and your mom now.
Yeah, it's been weird. I don't know. It's a lot of really fun people, though. Like, really cool, getting to know people kind of thing, long story short. But I guess I was wondering if it ran in the family.
I don't know. Bianca's been around the family for a long time, and she's said it does, and but I always thought that was a bunch of horse shit. I mean,
it's not. It's real.
I mean, we used to, and she's like, I used to trip back in the day, but
Okay.
but
Didn't know that.
but well, yeah, she
60s, right? 1960s.
Yeah, too much LDS in the 60s,
LDS.
had to
That's
throw
a
that
quote.
joke out there. Yeah, I had to throw that quote out there. And she's like, but I don't know. I used to see some things, but some of the people at the parties, but I just thought it was just, it's just because I was high. But maybe they
What did you see?
like these dogs and these people. They were all screwing and stuff like that. So I mean, we weren't sure, but they were all kind of weird shapes, and she goes, and I just thought it was the drugs, but she goes, was I at a werewolf party and I didn't know?
I have no idea. I wasn't around yet. So
She's like, no, I know. She goes, oh my God. She goes, maybe it's always been right in front of me and I just never knew it.
it could be. I mean, people tend to, especially if you're inebriated or on something, you tend to just, at the time, think you're seeing whatever you're seeing, and then later, most people tend to justify that. I've been reading a lot about this kind of stuff because I wasn't sure with this werewolf thing, but
Well, she's like, when I wanted to become a mother, I cleaned up. I didn't want anything to affect you.
yeah,
And
that was a good choice.
It landed on her face.
Yeah.
and she kind of doesn't. She's like, so you're safe?
Yeah. hmm
Are you gonna come home?
Maybe at some point. I'm still kind of learning things right now.
And you hear your dad call, the library wants to know where she is.
I took vacation days. They don't have to know where I'm at.
That's none of their business.
Yeah, I guess I'll. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And she's, she'll chit chat with you as long as you want, but
Yeah, I should go. There's essentially sort of a party right now. Sort of.
with those dogs or the wolves or whatever.
Werewolves, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to ask any more questions because I don't understand what I'm talking about.
That's okay. I barely understand what I'm talking about.
All right.
I just wanted you to know I'm alive. I'm fine.
Okay.
And then this happened. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, all right. Well, I love you.
All right. I love you too. Tell Dad I love him
Okay.
too. I know he can't hear me
Okay.
right now. So.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye. Okay. So 2 for 2. They've gone pretty decent. So, okay. Anybody else want to use the phone?
Next.
I mean, I'll go
Oh.
next.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to call my daughter Veronica.
Okay. And she's like, hello.
Hey, it's me.
What? Dad, what where the hell you been?
Oh, did your mother not tell you what the situation was?
Yeah, she said something about you had a, I don't know, travel for business or something like that, or something going on. She's like, I don't know. I just sounded like, and she starts to swear, and then she like catches herself. She's like, sounded like a bunch of junk to me. I just, are you all right?
Yes, I'm better now. It was a little spotty there for a little bit, but I suppose, long story short, I will not be going back to where I was working before. They let me go. So
What did you do something wrong?
We just had a bit of a falling out. And
like people's guts falling out. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a bit of a falling out, and it was the kind of falling out that where you kind of burn bridges. So they will not be asking me to return.
Well,
so
what are you gonna do?
At the moment, I'm staying with some friends out west. And so I'm going to work on getting settled in, try and find some place to work out here for the time being.
But I need you.
I know. And it really eats at me that I won't be able to see you every other week.
Am I ever going to see you again?
Look, of course you're going to see me again. I just have to get settled in here, and then I'll work on getting you out here to visit.
And she starts crying. And she says, I don't understand. Why did you have to go away? Was this more important than me?
No, it's not like that. It's just, there's just some stuff that I can't tell you right now. And I'm sorry about that, but it's just how it has to be right now.
And she's just still crying, and then she just hangs up.
Oh, he probably cries a little bit at that, but you know. All right, that's it. That's all. That's the only person he wanted to call.
Well, 2 for 3. So.
Yeah, when you're crying, Diana just kind of like brings you a box of tissues.
But they're murder tissues. They're sandpaper.
Oh no!
I don't know. No, they're definitely like the softest Kleenex she found with murder on the side of it.
Sort of like hesitates for a second, and then he like takes one and he sort of just like wipes them away. And he's good. It's like, all right, stonewall those emotions away, and then we're good now.
Yeah. All right, Brian, you are up.
All right, so I sort of have a plan. I thought about this a little bit. His parents aren't going to really understand. He's sort of on his own. He was sort of on his own. He hadn't really lived with them for a little while. But he does want to put them at ease. He's also a little worried about having abandoned the ambulance at that really wackadoodle place.
Yep.
But it's been a couple of weeks, so by now something's happened. But what he would like to try to do is at least get in touch with... He would like to try to reach his Aunt Carol, who is the Guru connection to him. He doesn't have... I don't think he would have a direct connection to her, but he does have cousins through that part of the tree, the family tree, that he had contacts with. And to find out, like, hey, is there a way I can get a message to her? I don't know about calling her, but, you know, is there some way we can communicate? I don't know, like, and he would tell him, like, look, I'm kind of west of the Mississippi here, and, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know how this works. You know, I know we've got a glasswalker here, and kind of like hope that you know is code enough, like to the cousins, like, oh wait, he knows somebody. But I don't know how we talk to. Yeah.
Yeah, that they're like even in text they're like glass. What are you talking about, glasswalker? Is it like some new app or something or?
Yeah. So all right, they don't know. He would then try to say, look, I need to find some way to talk to Aunt Carol.
Okay.
And you know, get with her about talking to my parents.
Okay. They do find a phone number for her and send it over to you.
All right. So I will give her a call.
Okay.
And kind of as soon as I hear the connection, like, hey, guess what?
She's like,
it didn't skip a generation, or maybe it did. I don't know.
And you hear almost like the sound of like when somebody's trying to like cover up the phone, and they're like, "You?
Darn right."
Oh my God. She's like, "That's wonderful."
I used a different set of words, but it certainly is interesting.
She's like, they are looking for your ass.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't know if you have any active warrants, but it's the hospital is the company is your hospital company or whatever is pissed at you. She's like, I don't know, there might be some warrants out for you. Where are you?
What's the caern's name?
Septa the Spotted Owl.
Okay, so I'm somewhere west, and he would be like, spotted owls mean anything to you?
She's like, nah.
Okay, well, I'm somewhere in Washington with the spotted owls.
Okay. She's like,
I don't intend to come back anytime soon, so.
I don't think you should.
Well, that's probably good, but you may want to I don't know if you have any particular influence or anything, but Mom and Dad probably are wondering too, and I know they don't think much of you, but if you can somehow let them know I'm safe, that might put their minds at ease.
Oh my God, when they hear you were talking to me, they'll probably call the cops on me.
Well, then maybe don't do that. I don't know.
She's like, me and your parents don't see eye to eye much anymore.
I know. And I wanted to try to put them at ease, but I don't know how that's going to work given what's happened. You know what newbies go through, I guess. And we didn't screw things up. In fact, we did some pretty good stuff out here. And we're going to kind of try to keep doing it. So, I don't know if there's anything you can do to make things easier for them. I'd appreciate it, but I'm not necessarily holding out a lot of hope. I know they didn't really give a lot of, belief in that.
Well, Corey just got back into town yesterday, and she said she had dropped you off somewhere, but she didn't really say.
She probably couldn't say much.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to tell either.
She's like, you're really probably not supposed to say much on the phone either.
Well, I just wanted to. I'm trying to keep things light, I guess, but at least somebody knows I'm okay. If they come looking for you, which they could, I guess Mom and Dad might.
Yeah.
See if there's something up. You can at least let them know I'm safe. Maybe if they come to you, then you can tell them, but maybe not seek them out. I don't know.
She goes, this is going to sound cold, but you're probably better off dead to them at this point.
That's what I was afraid of.
Because if you come back here, they're gonna
sue.
I don't know who they're in, but yeah, I mean that ambulance company is pretty pissed.
Yeah, well, you know what we go through. It wasn't exactly.
What? It wasn't exactly what? It wasn't exactly what? Exactly. And the call drop. Well,
the world may never know.
May never know. We'll see if Matt rejoins us. But,
just no signal.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's like, and goodbye.
Mhm.
We'll wait for him to come back.
Yeah, give him a minute.
We're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. This isn't gonna be a long episode.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's see, device is not connected.
Hmm?
Come on, Brian. You can do it. You can do it. Okay.
There you go. Maybe?
It's coming. It's coming.
Frank, can you hear me?
Hey. Yes.
Hiccup, and everything went like I saw
It
my
was-
wife go from 4 bars to 0.
It was funny as we said, and the call dropped.
Mhm.
So
That
okay.
would be apropos.
It was. It was actually.
It was. It fit the storyline, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we
So-
lost signal.
Mhm.
So, okay. Anything else you wanted to say to her, or is that
You wanted to
wrap it up?
think you might be able to do, but that appears to be a dead end. Or if anything, it's if I push that any further, bad things could happen, and Brian doesn't want bad things to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
at that point, he'd be like, hold the phone, be like, yeah, all right, I think we'll just let this go.
All right. What we're probably going to do is we're going to wrap up in a few minutes. This isn't going to be a super long episode, but one thing I want to do next is, since we've wrapped up season 1, I want to see if any of my players and anybody watching has any questions that I'll answer now.
That you'll
So,
answer now.
yeah.
Okay. Is Bianca a werewolf as well?
Bianca is kinfolk.
Oh, cool.
She is Bonar kinfolk.
Okay. Neat.
Yep.
What else?
And Corey
think I have
Jennings
any. I mean,
is
this-
Bonar
this one might
kinfolk.
Who?
Oh, wow. They both are. Corey?
And
Corey.
Corey Jennings, the lady who
Yeah.
helped you direct, she is also Bonar
she's-
kinfolk.
Yeah, I figured she had something because
Yep.
she's a social worker. That's where a lot of their kinfolk are
Mhm.
in that department,
Mhm.
Okay.
or they're homeless.
Diana's uncle, Uncle Donnie, is
Mhm.
Silent Strider kinfolk.
Mhm. Yeah, how is he? He just kind of disappeared after I kind of told him off on the first night.
Yeah, he was just like, peace.
Yeah.
Peace out, brothers.
Oh yeah. He was like, I did my job. I got.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Diane would have at least texted him to
Yeah.
basically, sorry, I was a bitch.
Yeah.
Even just like I'm going back to living my relatively normal life. See ya, freaks.
Even their kinfolk are tend to move around a lot. And like I said, he has some connections in New York, so that's how he was able to help get you across the country relatively quickly.
Interesting.
And let's not leave out Otto. Let's see, who drove you across the country? It was your coworker.
Yes, my coworker,
Yeah,
whose name is eluding me at this moment in time.
as well me. They are
I was about
Fiona.
to- I was about
Fiona
to-
kinfolk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fiona.
Ooh,
Wow.
I was about to say Stan, but that's definitely
something
No.
like that. Yeah, not that would be interesting though.
That would be.
Well, what was funny is all the Greek stuff. I had figured that Whispers here was a Black Fury.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
No.
that's it. That's a Black Fury.
No, because main reason I didn't go Black Fury is because I wanted to play the idea that the first actually went against the social norms of ancient
Okay.
Greece, where all the werewolves were male.
Yeah.
And my ancestor was female that basically became a werewolf because, like, these men can't get their shit together, so let a woman take care of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
What's next?
How long had my coworker been like infiltrated in Magadon?
Probably several years, and they were somehow successful at keeping alive. Basically, they may not be much longer, but yeah, he's managed to work and kind of feed information out to the to the tribe.
Hmm.
So
So, did Uncle Donnie specifically get a job to watch over Diana in school?
Not really.
Okay.
No, he was an athlete himself when he was younger, and has been a friend of your family for a long time, and through time had found out about your family's heritage, but it wasn't anything like he was assigned to watch her or anything.
Yeah.
But it helped that I mean he's not of your tribe, but at least he could like watch for signs in you to see if, and your family knew that at some point one of you was going to change. So in a way they did sort of have Uncle Donnie in your teenage years kind of starting to watch you. So
unofficially.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any like retail available in the town? Because Diana's thinking to probably buy an apartment or something, so it seems normal to see us.
And that's kind of the next thing is before season 2, you guys don't have to stay at the caern. You can have, as you've seen, these other characters have jobs. They come back to the caern. They all basically live in kind of the Seattle, Tacoma area. So that is something your characters can think of for season 2. And yes, folks, there will be a season 2. We're talking about February at this point.
Yeah, it's a while back.
But that is something that you guys can think about. That you can pursue school. You can, now. Granted, it may be tough for certain folks who's might have warrants.
Oh, true. Yeah, true.
To use their real names now. So that they might have to rely on connections through the sept to find ways of obtaining new identification, or maybe they just off the books work. But it's really going to affect Brian and Otto.
Yeah, the two are in trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
See, all
he may
I'm
end up
saying-
hanging out at the caern a little more often, learning more from
that's
the
fine.
spirits.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Listen, Diana and Alice,
Mm-hmm.
we get a loft right next to a library, so I have access to Wi-Fi, and you get to
can do
work in a new library.
Yeah, I could move back home to Catsbridge Library and do stuff there,
Back to Illinois.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, her parents are freaked out. I gotta go calm them down again.
You need to, but you remember the sept now. You need to stay near.
Oh, I can't stay near. Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, then somewhere here.
Think of it almost as like volunteer firemen at this point.
Okay,
Like
got
they
it.
call. You need to be there.
Okay, I got it. I can't go that far. All right.
You can't spend
well, I'll
3
just
hours trying to get on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just transfer to the library here, and people do that.
No. Are we only skipping a couple months between season 1 and season 2?
Yeah, a couple months.
Okay. Cool.
Like 2 months or something like that. So.
All right. Yeah, we can. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be in like October, November-ish time. Okay.
Oh yeah, so Diana would be finishing her first semester of school.
Yeah, and we can do that. I mean, it's to give the characters a chance to get settled, and then they start to form new lives, but they now have this connection to their pack, and we'll say they still get together and do werewolf things occasionally, but
probably.
Oh yeah, definitely. Diana has been keeping up with her combat classes with Rhino. Maybe even got Silverfang in there because she just kind of wants to watch the two pitted against each other to see who can get her to fight better.
Splinterfang. So.
Yeah, it's just fully this idea of just sitting there eating popcorn because she needs reality TV.
And speaking of Splinterfang, he comes from the Hunter the Reckoning book.
Oh.
If you go back,
shit! I thought he sounded familiar.
Yeah,
Neat.
I modified him a little bit.
I was gonna say I thought that sounded familiar for some reason.
Yeah,
he was named Sam Hate.
No. God no.
Keep him out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Hunter book because they have like sample, you know,
Mhm.
villains or whatever, you know, vampire, werewolf. He's one of the
Okay.
2 werewolves in the book. So
Oh,
and
wow.
I liked his idea, and just kind of modified him. a
That
little
whole
bit,
section in that book, so good.
Yeah.
I know World of Darkness doesn't need us jerking them off right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I can't get over that section of that book.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
good.
That part was done well. So
Yeah.
Okay.
How powerful is he in like the Garou?
he is like a rank 5. Like he
Oh, wow.
is like certified badass. Was the alpha of Mountain Runner's pack, and his prior pack had all been like destroyed in the final battle. He basically came in, took over this pack, and they couldn't deal with him though. He was not quite in, how do you pronounce it, Hirano or whatever that, like that werewolf depression
Hirano.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So he was messed up after the final battle, and they sort of just let him walk away, and he just kind of kept sinking deeper and deeper into depression, and they let him walk away, and they didn't follow him. So, but yeah, he's like rank 5, like.
Wow.
Because I was asking, because we never decided on who my second powerful ally was.
Well, I would think a Silverfang would be appropriate. So there'll be somebody we can develop, but your mentor is Mountain Runner. So
Okay, yeah, because I do need a second powerful ally, and I don't know if you ever came up with what my second one
not
is.
yet. I wanted to see kind of how things went. I knew Mountain Runner right away, but there will be other Garou in the area. Seattle obviously is going to have some Garou. There may be some packs around there that are affiliated with the Sept, but the Sept really was missing a pack. They were really down to 2 packs, and one of them's getting old. And like Splinterfang's pack was old, and then they were younger before the final battle, but they all died after that. So
They were young before they got old. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
like how you
I hope
need-
so.
You like how I did that? But yeah, so they really were in need of a new pack, basically new blood to come in and strengthen the Sept, because really with no defenders, who knows what could sweep in and destroy it. So
Okay, that makes sense.
See, and now I have a whole idea of what I've been doing those couple months.
okay.
Because you technically need community service when you go to college. He's just got Alice to go to like another pack or two to introduce themselves, and she's doing she's gonna tell the school it's social networking for a company where she's getting experience in environmental safety.
Okay. And this story will more be centered, obviously, in the wilderness. But you guys will have times that you may have to go into the city and things like that. So, so there'll be other stuff coming. Let's just put it that way. So,
So who's picking up tech for when we come across a computer again?
I don't know.
Breaks the chains. What's his deal?
breaks the chains. The Wendigo.
Yes.
He is he's or Wendigo, however you say it. He is lupus. Most of your tribe that are still alive, or the tribe is shifting more towards lupus, almost like the Red Talons. There aren't as, and that's why they're shocked that they're like, wait, you're a Hamid, and what I've done is I've gotten rid of their old totem. They have Northwind, which is more like, I think, what the Gale Stalkers now. So I liked the idea of Northwind, so I kind of kind of brought that in.
I would say C, also Gale Stalkers. Easier to
Yeah.
say, more badass sounding. That way you don't got to question yourself on how to pronounce it.
Well, but
True.
we're playing 20th,
Uh-oh.
so.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
see if it comes back.
Give him a minute.
Yeah. Next.
Is it normal for vampires to be 40, or werewolves to be 40 before they change? Or is
No.
that like, it's not
No,
normal?
you-
Okay.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. That was another thing that they were surprised by, because it was not normal. It typically happens during adolescence. Even a couple of your characters are considered older for their first change, but
Right.
definitely Alice was it sounds awful, but was old.
Yeah,
Change.
well, she knows she's old,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, she wasn't expecting any of that. So
Are we aging like wolves or like humans?
I forget. I think they say you do age slightly slower. Am I?
That's if we go
Am I getting that mixed up?
If we age like humans, we age slower because then we're aging every 7 years for us is 1 year. If we go up wolves, we die within our first 20 years of life.
Yeah, I forget the exact rules on it. So
yeah, because Diana doesn't want to worry about dying in 2 years.
I'd imagine we age like people, like humans.
I think it really just depends on your breed or whatever. I mean, if you're lupus, you're gonna.
That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was reading into it, for instance, if we all like kind of aged more like wolves, a lot of us can live up to a century.
And you guys are in kind of a dangerous occupation, so I don't know.
I mean,
it's like,
I'm just saying.
We're probably likely to die from violence long before we reach old age.
It's just, we could live like 5 or like a shit ton if we don't get endangered. But knowing us, we're already done.
The worm is out there. We must fight it.
Mainly, Brian. Someone's going to die.
Well,
I'm the medic, so who heals the healer?
Let me just fix my own broken body.
And
ironically,
that who's gotten hurt.
I literally didn't take like the one healer's gift or whatever. The Mother's Touch. Mother's Touch.
Oh, that one.
Somebody else
that
probably
one.
has that.
Alice has
I think
it.
I do.
Alice
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want this guy to kind of he focuses more on real science healing and not this spirit stuff. And I knew somebody else would have had it because I was like, somebody's going to pick this up.
Well, when I wasn't sure if you were joining or not, I told Jen, I was like, you might want to take Mother's Touch. Just
yeah.
So somebody has it.
I was deliberately trying to get away, not go for that gift because I'm like, that's too obvious. I don't want the obvious stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
We getting any experience points between season 1 and 2?
Between, no.
Okay.
Only,
have we received any?
Yeah, you have.
I think we should have 21 now after this one.
Yes, because you've had
it's 6 episodes, and then each of our starting episodes, each of our first changes.
Correct. Yeah. So you should all have a total of 21. I don't know if anyone has spent anything yet, except for I know Whisper spent some. But you guys would have a total of 21, which I believe is on the which tab is it on the notes?
I don't know.
It's on gear
notes. Yeah. It's actually on the notes tab.
Notes.
It's on
Notes?
I would say it's notes or gear.
Oh,
notes
Notes
makes way more sense.
And Jen, I'll go ahead and update your sheet for you.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's. I'll go and do that up once we're off the stream.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I don't know.
If you think of something later, just let me know. But like I said, we'll plan that it'll be about 2 months between things. So once we get to God, probably around January, I'll probably start asking you guys, saying, okay, let's start thinking about Werewolf again, and think about what your character's been up to and that kind of thing, and then we'll dive into a whole nother story.
Yes,
Sounds
and
good
come
to
back
me.
in season 2, where me and Jen probably will accidentally spend our points that worked on.
Brian has plans. I don't know what they are yet, but Brian has them.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. So okay, all right.
Also, I think when when Otto was talking to his daughter and saying, "I can't tell you where I'm at right now," and all this, it's like she either thinks you're in prison or rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Has he been in either before?
Yeah, I mean, like he told his ex-wife that he was like under quarantine due to exposure to something at work, and he had to like be taken
right.
out of state.
And what's funny is like whatever message got to his daughter was not that.
Yes,
Yeah.
very obviously.
Yeah, so I want to ask you all, how did you like Diana's like small character changes through the sessions to be a little
Mm-hmm.
less type A?
I thought
It's
it
I
was
thought it was
good.
good.
I think it's working well. I mean, imagine like if you were a type A person in general, and then you have this whole shift of life going on. I mean, you'd find ways to sort of adapt to it, and so
Yeah,
it seems like she's
And a good
trying.
leader will do that.
Yeah.
She's trying. She's struggling. I do expect to boost a bit of her social skill.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, throughout the couple months, Alice, like, here's books on socializing. Read.
I think Brian's going to have to focus on his stealth and fighting.
Probably.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it's gonna be a mix, So,
Yeah.
but think about like what your. I think all of your combat skills probably need to come up a little bit because
Oh, I don't know if
you've
I
all
have
learned.
any.
I don't know about Otto's, but
Yeah.
the rest of us probably do.
What I plan to boost is my brawl, couple points in strength, but mainly boosting her occult and her primal urge, because that's where all of her gifts relate to.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't find it on the character sheet right now, but I'll figure it out.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I said,
All right.
you guys got some time to think about it. So,
Okay. Yeah.
all right,
This was
All right.
fun.
good. I'm
Yeah,
glad you
enjoyed
enjoyed
it.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've forgotten how much fun this game can be.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll just go ahead and wrap up. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate you hanging in there. It took us a while to get to Werewolf.
Did.
And
Mhm.
it took us a while to get back to
Right.
Yeah.
There'll be things in between. So.
Yeah.
Yep. See you in 7 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they're just blame all those other games we want to play. That's the problem.
Mhm. Yeah.
And if
Too
you
much
you
to
like
watch,
our
too much to do.
faces, you can find me, Jen, and Aloysius coming back in a couple months for season 3 of Vampires.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
What?
September.
Yes.
September.
September.
September 2nd.
Yeah.
No,
Yep,
no,
final
September 1st or 2nd. I
season.
can't remember. Yep.
Something
Final
like that.
season,
Yeah.
Blood in the
And
Water.
the final
Yeah.
season is going to be a thing, man, compared to
Yeah,
what we know.
Welcome to the whiplash of my rage, where I go from type A to a crazy vampire.
Yes.
To a crazy psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Anybody have anything they want to plug? We'll start with Whispers.
Nothing to plug. I'm just tired.
Okay.
Just tired. Aw.
We'll get some sleep.
Mhm.
Don't tell me what to do.
Like, I
Tell
won't
me
do
what kind of
that.
day to have.
Now
Wow.
that you told me to do it, I'm not going to do it.
Exactly. That sounds like a terrible idea. So,
Right. Right.
Jen.
Hi, I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast. You can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com. New episodes come up every Saturday, and a lot of it's about Diablo 4 right now and whatever's going on with the FTC fighting the government over whether or not Microsoft can merge with Activision Blizzard. Yep.
Fight the power. So,
Fight the power.
Okay.
Mhm.
all right, everybody. Thank you again for watching, and lots of more games come up here on the channel. But in
Yep,
the
yep.
meantime, we'll see you in a couple months.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.